Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over the best games that I saw over at the Game Show Awards. If you guys don't know what it is, they do this like several hour thing where they give some awards out, but I'm really there just to see the gameplay as well as the trailers of some new games coming out. So expect to see some of these games here up on the channel. It's a several hour long thing. I'm not going to show you guys every single trailer for every game, but it's just games that I felt like were the best showcasings over at the Game Show Awards, as well as just kind of giving you guys some info on the games if I happen to have any here. So first off, the game that we're going to be looking at is Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. And if you guys do want to watch the several hour long thing that they showed off all the games, I'll also pin that down below in the pinned comment. But basically this looks like a third-person action game when you have multiple different heroes to control, and the gameplay looks very fast, which I'm a huge fan of, like games like Devil May Cry. So this one will be very awesome to have the ability to control multiple different heroes and things like that. But I'm not going to play out every single trailer in its full entirety, otherwise this video might be way too long. I'm just going to kind of skim through some of the other games that I'm mostly excited about. So yeah, that's Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Next up, this is Sonic Frontiers. I've always wanted another Sonic game, specifically Sonic Adventure 3. I don't know for what reason. Sonic Team is just like, no, we're never going to make Sonic Adventure 3. I just wish they just announced that, because Sonic Adventure 2 was so much fun. And hopefully with this new Sonic game, now they don't show off any what I would consider gameplay. Even though this could be gameplay here, they don't really show off what I would consider a Sonic gameplay where you get to see multiple different characters that you can maybe control, but it shows off this giant open world, so it looks like it that's probably gameplay right here in terms of graphics wise, but I meant gameplay as in I want to see all the interactions. I want to see maybe the new gadgets that Sonic can acquire through his playthrough, and I'm really interested to see where they take this game, because open world Sonic game would be kind of cool to have access to, especially if we can have maybe even multiplayer and we can access different characters. That's kind of all they show off. There's really nothing again. Now they are also offering this on Switch, because the Switch is kind of outdated in terms of its processor. I'm curious to know how they're going to do a big giant open world game and also have it on the Switch, unless they're going to have loading screens every few seconds on the Switch. That's going to be very difficult. The next game up, I've actually talked about this game for a while. It's called Babylon's Fall. Basically, it looks like it's supposed to be a looter-based game, and there's multiple different classes. The first gameplay that they showed off, actually even years ago, actually was a lot faster paced. I'm hoping, since they did get some feedback, at least from the last trailer that they showed off, and I really don't like how they don't have the dislike bar on YouTube now, because I like to be able to see, what the fans are feeling with, the most recent update to this game. As when they showed it off, people were really excited, then they showed off another trailer, and they basically slowed down the game a lot. But hopefully they can make some adjustments to make the game a little bit faster. There's not too much gameplay here that's what I would consider super new, but it definitely looks a little bit faster. Next one up over here is Senuas Saga Hellblade 2. So this is the game. We actually did a full playthrough of this game over on the stream as well. It's a really cool game. It's about a game that it's a third-person, hack and slash. It has some kind of puzzle elements as well. Well, at least the previous one did. I'm just going to kind of fast forward over here so you guys can kind of see a little bit more. There's nothing too special here with the, they call it gameplay reveal, but it's them just kind of running around. Basically, she has these voices in her head. It's a really cool story game. If you guys haven't played the first one, I definitely recommend checking it out. It is definitely something a little bit different, more of a story-driven game than a hack and slash Ninja Theory S game. But I still liked it. It was really fun. They don't really show off too much here that would be considered, oh my gosh, super next gen and game breaking. Other than the graphics are really good. I would definitely consider the graphics next gen, but nothing in terms of gameplay innovation that I saw via just the trailer. But the first game, it was a little bit more innovative with the way that the story was told. Like I said, you're just going to have to check out the game, otherwise it would take a really long time to kind of explain everything as far as the story goes. But next up, this is Forspoken. This game looks like it's supposed to be an adventure game where you're going to be able to get lots of different magic abilities, which definitely looks pretty cool if any of you guys like adventure games. It almost kind of looks like it's open world, so you can see the different biomes, and the traversal looks really cool. It's almost like an ice hoverboard, and it looks like the game is going to be very fast. It looks like there's a cloak. There just looks like a lot of different gameplay elements kind of thrown in all into one. Basically, I guess she's put into a different world, and she's held on trial, and it just looks very interesting. A bunch of the characters definitely look unique. But I'm curious to see if you can like acquire these abilities or if it's just everything you get at the start. I kind of like those games where you get different tools and gadgets as you get to progress along. But yeah, this is Forspoken. Like I said, I'm not going to play every single trailer in its full entirety. The Star Wars one over here, I'm not going to hit play. The reason why is a lot of times these Star Wars games, since someone holds the rights to them, if you play any of it, they'll just get you copyright striked or whatever the case may be. That's why also we're not using any of the audio, because they do use a copyrighted music. There's no like actual gameplay. It's just a cinematic reveal. There's again nothing too special with this, other than the announcement of it. Just mentioning that I am excited about it. I'm hoping they'll make it like another KOTOR game. That'd be really cool in the future if they decide to go that route. But in addition to that, this one over here is Tinytinas Wonderlands. So I think this game is supposed to be more of like a looter-based game, and you can also play in, well, you play it in first person, but they said that there were melee builds, and I'm hoping with the melee builds we can go into like a third person. But if you guys have played Borderlands, it's probably going to be more along the lines of that. But the game seemed like it had a lot of social, like, media references, pop culture references, which definitely looks kind of cool for just the sake of having some fun. And I'm curious to see what they do with the loot, as I did definitely enjoy the most recent Borderlands game. And if they can, like, add basically a bunch of different gear pieces, like, you know, shoulders, armor, like legs, boots, like just basically what you'd have in a normal action RPG, maybe further develop the skill tree and customization options, I think that this game will be very, very fun to play, and you can see all the loot dropping. So yeah, I'm hoping they just add basically more pieces of gear that we can equip to have more of a different identity. And the weapons that were shown off in the previous like trailers, they look really cool and unique, and I'm really excited to see where this game goes in terms of like making build guides potentially with this as well, because I definitely had fun again with the more recent Borderlands game. Next up over here, this is a game called Crossfire X. Now, I've never uploaded any Crossfire gameplay, but it was a game that I really enjoyed. It's a really old game. It was almost like a Counter-Strike clone, and I played it a really, really long time ago. And the fact that they're actually getting a sequel will hopefully be pretty cool. This is gameplay footage from the Xbox. This one, however, won't be on all platforms. I believe it's just going to be Xbox and PC. But this game looks kind of cool if you're a fan of like Call of Duty-like games. And Call of Duty definitely in the more recent years has gotten a lot slower with like the ADS, and Crossfire X hopefully will keep up that fast action pace that I preferred from, like, let's say Black Ops 2 or even the more recent Black Ops titles, whereas now with some of the Call of Duty games, again, they favor more of a slower play style, and I just like that fast action go in, and hopefully Crossfire X will be able to deliver on that. And the game is just fun. If you guys haven't played the previous Crossfire games, the graphics, you know, aren't the best, but it's just a really fun game to play. It's almost like Counter-Strike like 1.5, if you guys have played that. Definitely reminds me of that. Next up, this is Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. This is more just an announcement over here, but basically, well, the previous game was a third-person hack and slash shooter based game. It's super like over the top, and they showed kind of some very, very brief gameplay. I tried to fast forward all towards like the gameplay for you guys, because when they make like these trailers for like the cinematics, I just don't care as much as I really just want to hop right into the gameplay. But this one, we only get like a very few seconds of gameplay, so you can see he has like a dash attack, you know, or like a slam. And then he's just mowing things down because he's got like a chainsword weapon. I don't know what the official name is, but it's really cool. This one is called the Matrix Awakens. This one, there's not much of gameplay as well, but it's just a game I have on my radar because I just like the Matrix in general. Like I said, that's like all the actual gameplay. The rest is just like him waking up. So all we really see is this third person moment where they're able to have like a car chase and there's like a helicopter chase. So it's just probably going to be a fun little third person action based game. Some of the Matrix games, even on like, what was it, the PS2? They're kind of fun as well. Now, this one wasn't actually shown off during the showcase of the Game Show Awards, but this is Last Epoch. It's a game I've been following for a long time. It's an action RPG, and they just at the exact same day dropped it, so I'm like, you know, I'm going to go and include it in this video. I'll probably make a dedicated video for it. But basically, they're just doing a big patch update, what you're going to be able to do in the game. And if you guys don't know what this game is, I did cover it. If I remember, I'll try to pin a video to give you guys like an introduction to the game. If you guys are a fan of Diablo and Path of Exile, which most of you guys probably followed me for either that game or maybe even Fortnite, it is a looter-based game, so you'll kill stuff, you'll drop loot. it. Basically, they're doing an overhaul for one of the classes, and as well as adding some new skills, and they're gonna have the system where you can get items that are legendaries, and you're gonna be able to add more power to them. It's really cool what they're doing, but I'm not gonna go through like all of it, but it's a video where I'll probably make a dedicated video towards in the future. But it's a pretty big patch update, and I will definitely be playing. In fact, the patch just, I'm not sure if it's up yet, but it's supposed to launch today, so I'll definitely be checking this out. The game's not out. This is just like, right now it's patch 0.8. We already have access to the beta, but the game is fun. If you like action RPGs like Diablo, definitely give this game a shot. You do have to pay for it, just as a heads up. And I also wanted to kind of add a small little discussion to this. A lot of people are talking about this in lots of different gaming forums, because I went to like Reddit to see what the trailers were for the new games. So Forspoken is actually going to be PC's, I guess it's the first $70 game release, and a lot of people are talking about this just in general for gaming, and I feel like I'm curious to know how you guys feel about it too, because for me, I play lots of different games, and even like card games, the prices of everything is just going up. And some people are like complaining about it, and I get it, because, you know, why would you as the consumer want to be playing more? But everything in terms of prices are going up. Do you guys feel like, are you guys not going to buy a game? Because there are people saying, if any game is $70, I'm not buying it. I'm curious to know, how do you guys feel about that? For me, like, as a content creator, like, the extra $10 is not going to really matter too much for me, but I know not everyone is in the same boat. When I was younger, I could only get 1 or 2 video games a year. It's just because it's just how it was. But at the same time, I understand that everything's going up, so I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on that as well. But those are the games that I felt like were the best games that were shown off over at the Game Show Awards, at least right now. If I missed out on any, definitely let me know in the comment section below, or if there's any other games that you guys are excited about, I would love to hear them in the comment section below, because maybe I missed out on some. But anyways, thanks for tuning, guys. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. If you're new and do want to see gameplay of these games when they do drop, hit subscribe, turn the bell, and you may see some very soon. But take care. I'll catch you guys next vid. I'm out. Peace.